It's week 4 of the Seahorse School quilt along, and this week we're going to assemble the top together. Come on inside and join me. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Jennifer Long from Sew a Story, early years educator turned Riley Blake Designs fabric designer. And this week, we get to assemble the top. But don't fear, it's not a whole bunch of points this week. It's literally just putting all of the blocks together in the center. Next week, we'll talk about borders. And if you want to do the prairie points, that is a commitment. I will not lie, but it's a commitment that is really worth it. But that is for next week. This week, we're just going to talk through putting the top together. So to catch you up to speed, I'm Jennifer Long from Sew a Story. This pattern is called Seahorse School. And if you're just joining along with us, you can grab it in a few spots. If you're a Pattern Club member from Sew a Story, you can download this pattern as well as our emotions, Rainbow Emotions Raindrop pattern this month inside the Sew a Story Pattern Club. If you're a Pattern Club member and watching this video in months or years gone by, then you are able to go get this pattern at 50% off always inside the Pattern Club for our past patterns in there as well. However, there's lots of other places to get this pattern. If you like a printed copy, you can grab it from your favorite local quilt shop. Lots of shops have kitted this quilt. Thank you so much, shops. And you can also grab it as a PDF download from the Sew a Story website. All right, just a recap is I am using the Created with Love fabric collection with Riley Blake Designs, and we are in week 4. So week 4, we're hopping over already to page 25 on here. We're going to talk through what we're going to do, and I'll meet you down. I'm going to drop the camera over, and we're going to get right to it. Here we go. All right, here we go. So we have our Seahorse School quilt pattern here, and I'm moving over to page 25. So you'll see here, as we've been doing through this whole pattern, is doing cutting per block. So we are doing cutting for the setting, borders, and the binding strip. If you are opting not to do the prairie point border, then you're going to just want to omit the cutting for fabric B here for prairie point. So you can just omit that completely and make the same quilt as is minus the prairie points. All right, so we're going to get started and do all this cutting. To make your cutting go easy, you're going to want to just going to keep track of it. You can label it as you need. So subcut for setting, subcut those strips for side and outer borders, and we're just going to kind of keep on going as it is. But you're going to see that also as you go, the extra pieces that you needed to cut are actually going to be labeled right on the pattern. So if you go over here to the next page, you're going to take your Seahorse quilt block and you're going to say, okay, this is the bubble 1 block, bubble 2 block, bubble 3 block. Sew those together. A 10.5 by 11.5 block and your fish block. A 4.5 by a 26.5 goes here, a fish block and a bubble block, and a 4 by 26.5 goes here. Sew those all together, sew this together, and it should finish. It should be unfinished, but finished together at 47 by 52.5. And that's how the pattern is written. And you're just going to follow along there. It's just continuing on. So again, you do this strip piece, 5.5 by 11.5 with your fish and your bubble 5. The cut piece is up here, bubble block, bubble block 6, fish block, and then 6 by 26, and you're going to continue on here until your quilt looks like this. It's going to be basically in 4 segments. So at first you're thinking, how is this quilt being assembled, right? How is it being assembled? Is it going to be like down the side? How are we assembling it? So easy. You basically have this quilt in here, which I keep saying, but would make an amazing baby quilt. And then you have an extra row of fishes, a 1 fish block, and then a 2 fish block in here. This last piece here, we're going to save for next week because these borders, you're going to do this inner border, then you're going to do this yellow border, and then we're going to do this prairie points. So we just want you to come up to 27. So basically page 25 to 27 is all that this week entails. And we will meet back here again next week for prairie points and obviously for all of the other fun that's happening. All right, how satisfying is that? The quilt top is together. Of course, you can just throw some borders on now and be done. Or you can join me again next week, even if you're not doing prairie points, but maybe you're a little bit curious about how prairie points work, or you just want to hang out and have some fun together. Come next week as well, and you won't want to miss the last final week as well because we're doing quilting, binding, and of course, some extra special finishing touches that you can't find in the pattern. So join me again for the next couple of weeks, but I cannot wait to see what you create. Please share in our Facebook group or anywhere on social where there's Sew a Story. Just tag us, and I'd be so happy to reshare as well. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you again next week. Bye for now.